Hi Cancer, my lunar brothers and sisters, welcome to your December 2025 tarot reading. Can you believe it is the end of the year already? It's kind of crazy. Do you know what's really insane to me is, on the one hand, I feel like this year has just disappeared. And on the other hand, I feel like this year has taken forever to unfold. It's kind of crazy. But with that said, welcome to your December tarot reading. As you can hear, I'm a little bit under it, so I apologise for the coughing and sputtering. Excuse me. I apologise. With that said, I knew I had to get these out, so let's get into it. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So I'm going to give these, pop these to the side, should I say. Those will be for clarifications later. And these will be for the bulk of your read. So whatever you do or don't celebrate this month, whether that is Yule, like myself, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, or Christmas, I truly hope you have a wonderful festive season, and I really hope that it is a time of light and joy for you. Now, for your, look at that, right? It is a time of light and joy for you. So for your actions and options this month, you have the Sun card. So light, heat, blessings, and joy, letting your heart be light and not troubled. The thing about this as an actions card, this month, it kind of suggests that whatever actions you take, providing, you know, the I don't want to say normal or the right ones, because what does that mean? But as long as you're taking ones that are, bright and blessing towards you and to others, they're going to be amplified this month. And that's really the message here. It's like the more you walk in the light, the more you shine the light that you have on others this month, actually, as a Cancer, right? Like, that's what you're being encouraged to do. If there's somewhere that you feel that maybe you can help somebody else, if there's somewhere that you, and this isn't about being totally self-sacrificing, it's just to say, do you already have so much good in your life that you have enough maybe to share? Is there a way that you can help pour your light and, shine a light on somebody else or what they've got going on? And the reason I say this is because the more you do that this month, the more your own blessings, the more your own light is going to be amplified. So where it is that you can find it in your heart to give, to support, to help, and again, this doesn't have to be money, right? It doesn't have to be anything material, actually. It could be the gift of your time. It could be the gift of your skills or your talents. One thing that I used to love doing for my Marge, my mama, is giving her a massage, like massaging her shoulders whenever she had, she was really stressed or whatever. I've done that for countless friends, right? It's a skill that I have. Now at this point, it kind of lays dormant. But do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be anything material. It doesn't have to be something that you have to give or spend for. It could be, it could be a shout out. Right, like, I'm going to try and do one this month, actually. I'll think about who I can do that for. But yeah, maybe it's a shout out for somebody that you think you can help in some way. By shining your light that brightly and sharing that light, yours will be amplified. Whatever you give out this month will be amplified that much more. There's a lot of light, there's a lot of blessings, there's a lot of joy and laughter to be had wherever you find the Sun card. And this month, it's kind of like you're walking in light, you're walking in faith when it comes to those the options that are available to you. Well, potentially there are chances to travel, makes sense with the time of the year, but also there is a chance for you to get a clearer picture of what actually brings you joy. There are options for you to do things or to partake in things and say, actually, I really enjoyed that, I'd like more of it. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Knight of Cups. So this is like the ultimate opportunity card energy anyway. It tends to show up for you in a really powerful way. It can be declarations of love as well, but very often it represents an opportunity that somebody brings you. The thing that I've found with the Knight of Cups, though, it doesn't just happen. Like, it would be something that you actually had to lean into or to do with. And my feeling behind this is that where you are shining your light, it breeds conversation, and as that conversation unfolds, you realize that there's a mutual benefit to whatever you're doing or interacting with. So I love this for you. Now, the quality of conversation that you're having this month, December's going to be a very flirty month. I wonder if that's because Venus is in Sag, that dirty little stop out. I wonder if it's that, because this same message keeps coming up for all of the signs, that there's like this real sort of flirtatious vibe in the air, and that's the only thing that I can attribute it to, really. This is, yeah, anyway, that being said, there is a somewhat amorous and or flirty energy in the air, and the quality of conversation that you're having this month, it really is about possibility more than anything else. I think that's going to be the big focus this month. Now, when it comes to your those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this could actually be a work placement or a job interview or something that unfolds as a result of your studies. It may not necessarily be directly tied to them, meaning it might not be, come and work with us so that you can get work experience, but it's an opportunity that unfolds for you, and it directly sort of supports whatever it is that you're learning or how you're learning. So it's like, let's say, you get talking to somebody and they say, look, we'd really like you to come on board and help us get our socials, in line. And it just so happens to be that you're studying social media marketing, or do you know what I mean, or something along those lines. It's like, whatever you're doing, you're not necessarily getting the opportunity because of what you're studying, but it is adjacent, or it feeds directly into real experience for the studies that you're doing. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, one way that this could show up for you is that your employer could actually come to you and say, in the new year or on the approach, there are a lot of really great opportunities that are unfolding for you to showcase the talents that you have. And it does feel like that. This will be about talents or skills that you already have, that your employer is really wanting you to demonstrate. Now, this might not necessarily come with a job offer or a pay rise or anything like that. That will be a given depending on how you perform. So this time where you get this chance to really perform at your best, potentially under pressure because it's the holiday season and everyone wants everything yesterday, this might be a really powerful time for that. So I'm gonna say, even if there's no promise of extra pay or promotions from this, act as if there were, because whatever you demonstrate now could actually breed some really great results later down the line. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, again, opportunities. But I think this is just as much about the opportunities that you create for others as it is about the ones that you create for yourself, and being able to shine a spotlight or a helping hand on somebody who maybe isn't as far down the path as you are. Where can you give some of your light to somebody else, and where does that open up really powerful opportunities for collaborations that you haven't yet considered? For those of you that are retired and no longer working, I actually think this could be that your significant other, if you're partnered, married, or in a long-term commitment, I actually think this could be where your significant other comes to you and says, oh, by the way, as part of your holiday gift, I've booked us time away in ... For your love and relations, yeah, look, right, you've got the Empress. So, for those of you that are partnered, married, or in a long term commitment, it does suggest some form of travel around the holidays. That makes sense. But this is like to somewhere that would be considered quite beautiful. Maybe like a lush climate, maybe something a lot warmer than what you're used to in your, sort of native land, if that makes sense. Definitely something that has, an element of that about it. It kind of feels as well like the environment that you're spending time with your significant other in is not the usual environment that you're in. So a lot of you could be going away for Christmas this year. Maybe you're visiting family and you're doing Christmas at theirs instead of, the other way round. Maybe you're just going abroad, right, to do something completely different. Either which way, it does suggest that there is, sorry, I got something in my throat. It suggests that there is a shift or a change of environment, but there's a very amorous energy in the air. So the relationship is warm, sensual, sexual even. It's fun, it's pleasurable, it's a lot of fun and flirty vibes. For those of you that are single, it looks like there are absolutely opportunities for you to enjoy it. I would also say with this as well, something to consider, because it's the Empress, this could be a time where really just tapping into that energy of potential when it comes to relationship might be really welcome. For your money and materials, you have the Three of Pentacles. But before I get into that, I do want to say, if you're feeling the pull of this season, and you really want to align with the energy and you want to work with it the right way, the Winter Solstice Alignment Activation Session is up and out there for your purchasing pleasure. There's a link in the description box below. This is a night of intention setting, goal setting. It's a get together around the digital hearth-fire where we can all use the magic of the solstice to really project into the future of what it is that we're looking for. And also to tap into and utilize the power of future life progression and so much more. I love the solstice session. I've been doing this since 2019. Obviously, I didn't do it last year and the year before, and there's a reason for that, obviously, I think all of you know. But it's back, and it is the same price as it's always ever been, £33.33. So there's a link in the description box below. It would be a pleasure to see you there. This year, however, if you want to take this even deeper and you really want to tap into the winter arc, January through March of 2026, you want to use the winter months and the season itself to tap into and build new foundations. If you're ready for real inner work and true transformation, then the Reydiant cohort is absolutely for you. There are only 50 spaces because over the 12 weeks that we go through this process, I want to be able to check in with all of you at least once, personally, one-to-one. Now, with that said, this is not for the faint of heart. So if you are not able to do consistency, if you're not really willing to look at or, delve deeply into the hard conversations and the hard questions about why you do what you do, don't sign up. It's not for you. All right. That being said, if you really are truly serious about change in the universal 1 year that is 2026, then this is absolutely the way forward. All right, there's a link for that in the description box below as well. So for your Three of Pentacles with your money and materials, the Three of Pentacles is learning, collaboration, school, and all of that kind of stuff. That being said, the Three of Pentacles for your money means that this month you're getting financially literate. There's something that you are choosing to embark on to learn or to study, not necessarily at school level, but there's something around money, finances, and resources. The way that you're going to find yourself to clarity and calmness around your money is to get educated on a specific element of your finances and your resources. With that said, I would say as well, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, your knees and your skeleton in general are absolutely an area that you really want to pay a lot more attention to, as would be your shoulders as well. When it comes to your home and environment, your Three of Pentacles, this may be a time where if you live in a a building, like an apartment block, if there's been a recurring issue in that place or even in your neighborhood or on your street, it's really going to be about the power being in numbers this month. All right, so the more people you can sort of raise under your banner, the easier it's going to be to get the result that you're looking for when it comes to the living situation. It looks like something that's like something that affects large swathes of you, like it's annoying personally, but it's something that a lot of people in your locality seem to be experiencing, and so the power is going to be in the numbers. For your first week of the month, you've got the Temperance. We're going old school, as you can see. For the first week of the month, you've got the Temperance card. So you've got Temperance and the Sun. This first week of December gives you a really solid understanding of how balance and equilibrium are found by giving just as much as they are getting. All right. When it comes to your second week of the month, you've got the Tower card. So it's likely to be, for some of you, this could be a surprise. Like maybe somebody comes to you and says, look, I actually fancy the pants off of you, and I would really like to take you for coffee. You might not know how you feel about that, right? As an example, let's say you're a straight man and you've got somebody that is gay and they say to you, look, I really like you. And you have to say like, ooh, okay, thank you, but, it's going to be a no. I'm flattered, but no. Right? So just watch out for that. It could be somebody that, or it could just as easily be somebody that's straight as well. But it's like whatever it is or whoever it comes from, it's going to be likely where you're like, oh, okay, I wasn't expecting that. For your third week of the month, you've got the Devil card with the... If ever there were a time to overindulge, it's the holiday season, right? So look, the Empress with the Devil card, too much wine, too much chocolate, too much food, just too much of everything. It's going to be easily done. Watch out for that. I will say this fourth week of the month, as we're closing down going into the new year, watch out for overspending. All right, just be really mindful about whatever you're purchasing, and watch out for that overspend because it could be real at that time. For your Human Design Oracle deck message, you have the Gate 37 and Sweetness. Sometimes it's really not about what you know, but who. And the connections that you have in your life are truly what make it what it is. And so I want you to consider this over the month of December and ask yourself, what does this actually mean to me? And more importantly, who are the people that genuinely enrich my life in some way, shape or form? With that said, from my heart to yours, Rafi loves you. I truly hope you have a wonderful festive season. Yule, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever it is you do or don't celebrate, I truly hope you have a fantastic time of it. Take care. I will see you in the new year with a whole bunch of new things that I'm bringing, and I really, truly hope that you enjoy them. Take care, and I'll see you soon.